Hello friends, today I'll be here with some accounts payable interview questions. If you're preparing for accounts payable interview, then this video is very helpful for you. But first of all, if you're a new member to our family, then please hit on subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notified for all interview related questions and latest job updates. Now we'll move on some common accounts payable question and answers. So first question is, what do you mean by accounts payable? Accounts payable means the amount that should be paid as a liability and that is paid to the vendors for goods and services that were purchased in the past on credit. Accounts payable is a short-term liability of an organization. It is a process by which a company buys goods and services on credit and is billed in the form of an invoice, which states the term and condition of the payment. Accounts payable is recorded as a current liability in the balance sheet. All the accounts payable entries are to be coded under the right GL account to have an accurate picture of the company's short-term liability. AP is an important figure in the company's balance sheet. If AP increases over a prior period, that means the company is buying more goods and services on credit rather than paying cash. If company's AP decreases, it means the company is paying on its prior period debts at a faster rate than it is purchasing new item on the credit. Accounts payable management is critical in managing a business cash flow. Next question is, what are the different types of accounting? Here are some types of accounting. First, administrative accounting, tax accounting, management accounting, cost accounting and financial accounting. Next question is, what is the full form of GRN and WCC? GRN is called Goods Received Note and WCC refers to winter compensation from contributions. Next question is, what is an invoice and why is it important to have an invoice number? Invoice is a statement that has the following things involved in it, which is date of invoice, invoice number given, name and address of the person that is making the invoice means the seller, name and address of the person that is demanding the invoice means the buyer, details about all the goods and services that are involved, amount of the goods and services, quantity and quality of the goods and services and their specifications. Next question is, what is the work done by accounts payable processor? An accounting payable processor gives payment to all the third parties and the employees is scheduling and preparing checks in the name of the firm. Next question is, what is meant by a PO invoice? PO invoice is a given when a purchase requisition process is in place and the PO is sent to the supplier. Next question is, what is meant by P2P cycle? P2P is expanded form, can be explained as purchase to pay or procure to pay. It is the process of purchasing, receiving, paying for and accounting for goods and services. It covers the entire process from the point of order to the payment. Accounts payable has got nothing to do with purchase of the goods and services. Its work is to pay the eligible invoices. Next question is, explain end-to-end AP process. So, first, process the vendor invoices into system, work and resolve the discrepancies of the invoices if any, make the payments to the invoices as per the agreement, resolve the issues if any regarding the invoice payments. Next question is, what is the meaning of TDS and how it is charged? TDS means tax deductible at source. It is charged on base amount. TDS is a tax charged by the customer who gets the services from vendors or suppliers. Here customer is responsible to charge it and pay to the government. Here are some different types of TDS. First, TDS on salary has to be deducted on salary paid to employee by employer if it crosses the tax limit and pay to the government on or before due date. In case of TDS on contractors or profession or others, there is a slab that minimum tax surcharge education says plus higher education says it is different and finance minister may change or keep same or remove in every year budget. Secondly, you can deduct the TDS on bill amount while paying or if advance is paid. Next question is, what is non-PO invoice? A non-PO is an invoice which does not have PO, means purchase order. However, these invoices requires approval for authorized person to process for payment. Next question is, what is the debit balance recovery? The debit balance recovery is usually made by raising a credit memo for the regular vendors. Next question is how we can recover if we won't have any future transactions from supplier. If there are no future transactions from the suppliers, we can ask the vendors to send the check, make an EFT for the amount due for him. When payment is made to the wrong vendor or payment made in excess, in that case overpayment has gone to the vendor. So for us it is vendor debit balance. For debit balance recovery, we can either follow up with the vendor to send us the excess amount, refund back, or we can adjust that extra amount in future invoices submitted by the vendor. In case no future transactions, we have to follow up with the vendor, following which we have to write off this amount. Next question is, what do you mean by invoice on hold? Here are two types of invoices holds, which are first system hold, second user defined hold. System hold, the invoice if the invoice amount total is not equal to invoice distribution amount. To release the hold, correct the amount and again validate the invoice. User defined hold, this is defined and by user if we do want to make payments to the validated invoice, go to particular invoice and apply hold, going to holds tab. Next question is, what is the difference between accounts payable and bills payable? Accounts payable refers to the current liability of a business or an organization. Bills payable refers to bills settled. Accounts payable is the unsettled payment and bills payable paid and accepted recorded bills in the business or an organization. Next question is, what do you understand by intercompany settlement? Intercompany data exchange manages data transfer between retailers, distributors and independent service operators with special regard to the requirements in deregulated market. Next question is, what entry is recorded when goods purchased on account? Purchasing goods, two kinds of entries, either cash or credit. If cash, then entry is purchase account debit to cash account, being goods purchased on cash. If credit, purchase account debit to supplier's account, being goods purchased on credit. Next question is, what steps would you take before approving an invoice for payment? So here are some steps. Validate the invoice once it is matched for checking any holds. If a workflow is implemented, initiate approval for the invoice. Next, creating accounting after approval of invoice. Finally, for payments you need to format. Before making payment, you need to follow some steps: invoices amount, date, quantity and quality, invoice duplication or not, rectification of any errors in invoice. Before hand over the invoice or dispatch the materials, we have to receive purchase order from the customer, post dated check, cash or current dated check for dispatch the materials, have to take signature from the customer for the proof of goods and services. We must check the invoice thoroughly. Next question is, what is three-way matching? Purchase order, receipt of items, packing slip and invoice. For example, if we order for 50 items in purchase order and receive 40 items only instead of 50 items, but we received invoice for 50 items, after comparing the three documents we pay only for 40 items, not for 50 items. These were a few questions that you may be asked in an accounts payable interview. You need to answer them smartly. It would be best if you appeared confident and well suited for the job at hand. You can learn a few tips for managing anxiety that will help you in your job interview. Success in an interview is more than just answering the question correctly. It involves even the way you speak and move. Also, you can watch my playlist for commonly asked questions, so you can prepare for common questions like tell me about yourself or why should we hire you. If you want me to create a video on a particular domain interview question, then please comment us below, so I'll make sure to create the video on that domain. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also press the bell icon so you get notified for all the videos, and subscribe our channel for more relevant videos related to interview question and latest job updates.